Hello, welcome to the first episode of the Junior Senior podcast. I'm Jeremy,
I'm Gavin.
and I'm glad you decided to tune in and give us a chance. I understand there's lots of different podcasts that you could be listening to or watching, but I hope you stick with us and at least give us this episode to try to win you over. This podcast is designed to spur conversation. We're going to look at different topics from two different viewpoints, two different generations, and we'll just talk about them. We want to, some of them will be serious, some will be silly, but we want to discuss them together. And we're hoping that our conversations will cause other people to think about something from maybe a different point of view, or from with a good open heart and an open mind, but just to get people talking. We will do some pre-recorded episodes, we'll do some live episodes, but the important thing is we want feedback and interaction from you with each episode. So your suggestions, your comments, your point of views are all welcome. They are encouraged, but we do ask that any conversation or discussion remains civil. And we can disagree, but we can do it in a friendly manner and be civil about it. So with that, let me give you a little bit about ourselves. We are Christians. We love our family. We love sports. We love history. We love geeky things. That's probably about it. We love spending time with our family. We love spending time talking about history things and sports and geeky things. Sometimes where your mom doesn't always love our conversations about history and things like that, but we enjoy having this. So let's get started with our first episode of the Junior Senior podcast. So our first topic in the first episode, and it'll probably bridge into maybe several episodes, is a very general topic, and that is about parental guidelines and rules. And this episode, we're going to primarily deal with it as it applies to movies and entertainment, TV shows, and things like that. Obviously, it could last several weeks, but for this episode, we want to try to focus just on that point of view. I think I thought of this one to be our first episode because in our family, there's a lot of joking about this. And quite often we have these discussions about what movies, we want to watch this movie. No, you can't watch this movie, or things like that. We have a lot of this kind of conversation in our house, so I thought this would be a good one to start. So here's the first thing to understand from my point of view, and a point of view as a parent, is that our rules are not necessarily meant to completely shield you from what's going on in the world. I understand you're going to hear things other places, but we just kind of want to get you and your brothers kind of into adulthood with as little baggage as possible. And so I have some questions for you, and for those of you that are more in Gavin's generation. And here's my first question. Do you ever get aggravated with our rules, especially in the realm of entertainment, movies and TV? Do you ever get aggravated with our rules?
Only if it's ever like a movie that I'm looking forward to, and then it's like, oh no, I've seen the reviews on that, I don't really like that. That's just aggravating because I've been, however long it's been advertised, and then to find out I can't even watch it, that's very aggravating. But there's most movies that like I'm looking forward to are usually movies you're looking forward to. There's only been a few that are just kind of like, I don't really want you watching that after I've been hyping it up this however long it's been advertised. That's aggravating. That a lot is really aggravating when like it's everybody else is watching it, and then but like I've never been. Well, yeah, I guess when everyone else is watching it, but that's kind of the whole thing.
Right.
That like whatever else is doing, then
and
I
a
want
good
to do.
example, I mean, we just even had a brief conversation about this earlier today, is the movie that's, I don't even know when it comes out, the Meg.
August 10th.
In August, okay.
I've been looking forward to that one.
Right. Okay, so uh, I don't know yet. I can't give an answer about that movie yet because there's a certain website, Common Sense Media, that I always go to and I use. I love their reviews, their family movie, TV show reviews. If you've never checked them out, check it out. They're very good. I love them. So, with that, that's one of those movies that when it comes out, then I'll look at that website, I'll read the reviews, and they break down, this has these words in it, it has this sort of adult situations in it, this sort of violence or drinking, drug abuse or whatever. It breaks it all down, and I use that. And your mom and we discuss. No, I don't really like this. I don't like this, and that's when we decide. So, truthfully, that one I don't know yet, and I don't know enough about it. That's one of those that if it ends up being something that we're okay with, then I'm kind of looking forward to watching it as well, and especially I want to go with you if it's possible because of your fear of sharks. So I kind of look forward to that. Hey, I remember as a kid, man, I was afraid to take a bath for a couple weeks. It seemed like after watching Jaws when I was a little kid.
Will never watch Jaws, which doesn't make sense because I want to watch Meg. But
yeah. Okay, so here's another question for you. So then, what do you see as, and this we might have to table this discussion because this might open up a whole other conversation. But what do you see as the function of a parent?
To teach your child about life and how to go through life.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you think there should be some sort of standards or rules at all? There are some parents who subscribe to the philosophy of, let them basically explore everything themselves and.
Yeah, but the thing with that is that they're not teaching them; they're letting life teach them.
Okay.
I think the function of a parent is for them to teach the kid.
All right. Here's another question then. Do you ever see something that one or some of your friends are allowed to do that you wish that you were allowed to do as well? You don't necessarily have to give me specific examples or tell me names, but are there things like that well, they get to do this, I kind of wish I could do it, but that we won't let you. Mm-hmm. Do you want to expound on that?
Not really.
All right, then here's my last question for you on this subject. Do you feel like that our rules have helped or are helping you prepare for life?
Yeah, I feel like so far, I mean, I don't know yet because I'm not really completely finished, but it seems like they're helping me.
Okay. All right. Well, all right, so viewers, this is where we want you to chime in. What are your thoughts on this subject? What are maybe some questions that you would have if you're a parent watching this that you would have for someone like Gavin's age, or if you're more in his generation, what are some questions? Maybe you just got into adulthood and you have a different perspective that's kind of in between ours. Give us some feedback. I'm willing to learn. I want to learn as much about parenting and help that I can. And so give us some feedback. All right, now we're going to move on to the next segment of our podcast, and that's our sports update. All right, so this episode's sports update is all about the news from this summer, and that is LeBron. And so whether or not you're an NBA fan or not, you clearly have heard somewhere on the news about the LeBron news. Of course, LeBron moving to the Los Angeles Lakers. So here's a couple questions for you. Question number one, where do you rank LeBron?
I rank him number one.
Number one of all time, or number one right now?
Of all time. Wow. As I see it.
Okay. What about you guys? What do you think about that? I think this is going to be one of those.
I get a lot of hate for it.
I kind of feel
my generation.
Like this is going to be one of those generational things. Like for my age, I have a hard time putting anybody ahead of Michael Jordan. And that's just me. I am not a LeBron hater by any means. I love watching him play. I don't necessarily love all of his flops and things like that. I do think that he plays up his hits a little bit. I mean, the guy's like, what, 6'9", how much does he weigh? I don't even know how
I
much he
don't
weighs.
know.
Some point guard running into him is not going to make him get hurt that bad. I get that. But as far as pure abilities and watching him play the game, I do enjoy it. And I can see, I guess I can see, an overall game. I do think he probably has a little bit more. But Jordan just had a completely different kind of drive to win. And that's coming from somebody who is a New York Knicks fan, who Michael Jordan absolutely destroyed most of his career. Okay, then here's the next question. You're a Lakers fan, so where do you think the Lakers will finish this year in the Western Conference?
This year, Western Conference semifinals.
Semifinals.
Meaning
so they'll
either play they'll either lose to the Rockets or the Warriors. But that's this year. Next year.
So you think they'll make it to the Western Conference semifinals? So what place do you think they'll finish in the West? 1 through 8.
Can I get like 3 or 4?
3 or 4, okay. And where did they finish last year? I don't know the answer to that.
I just want to give a guess, like 11 or 12.
Okay.
Or 13.
And so 14, so they added LeBron. They added what? Rondo,
Lance Stevenson, and JaVale McGee.
And so okay.
Hey, I like JaVale McGee.
Okay.
I think he's a good person to lob to.
Well, to me, he's so tarnished because he spent time on the Warriors. So I'm not sure you can ever trust him. We'll see how that works out. All right, now we're going to move on to the third and final segment of this first episode, and that is our geeky update. All right, so here's a couple different topics, and I'm going to give you a couple questions about each. So the first topic, of course, this past summer to me was all about Infinity War. So Infinity War, where do you rank it? And we're talking about superhero movies.
Yeah. Oh, superhero movies.
Yeah, I'm not going to lump it into any kind of movie.
I just watching it, opening night, all the hype coming to it, it just blew me away. It was my favorite movie.
Right. I remember you telling me that, and that's all kinds of movies. Because what was your favorite movie before
Karate
that?
Kid.
Yeah, Karate Kid.
Not the Jaden Smith one, the original one.
And that one, yes, the Jaden Smith one should not even be allowed to be called
that one
Karate
was
Kid.
Good.
No,
it
stop
was just
it.
A remake.
Forget it. No, that was not
it was
good.
Decent.
No.
It was decent.
It was not. It shouldn't have even been allowed to be called Karate Kid.
Karate Child, then it would have been even better.
It shouldn't have even, no. That's just wrong. Okay, so superhero movies, you definitely have it at number 1.
Yes.
All right, what was your favorite part? Or your favorite thing about it?
I loved the Thor and Rocket team up.
Okay.
That was so good.
What was your least favorite thing about it?
I've never been a big Mantis fan. She's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I mean, they don't really do much with her in Infinity War. My least favorite. Well,
I did think it was a little goofy that she can basically put a living planet to sleep, but she couldn't put Thanos to sleep.
What was I about to say? I don't like how fast Thanos' right-hand man died. He basically got outsmarted by a teenager.
Yeah, I was okay with that though.
He died pretty fast.
Okay, so Infinity War, of course, Part 2 or whatever they're naming it, will be coming up in the spring. All right, Jurassic World. That was a big one we watched this summer. Where do you rank it? How about just where do you rank it in the Jurassic universe?
That's hard to say though, because there's Jurassic Park, the first one, was neat because it's one of the first main dinosaur movies.
Okay.
The second one was okay, that's kind of cool. They're bringing it to America. The third one, they're just you know what, we need one more movie, so let's just go to a different island. Jurassic World, it's been a while, so let's make another Jurassic Park movie. Let's make it exactly the same as Jurassic Park 1. Jurassic World 2, they're like, let's bring it to America. And then at the end of the movie, they're like, oh wait, we did this in the Jurassic World 2 or Jurassic Park 2 movie, so we should probably change it up real quick. And that's their ending. That's how I feel the Jurassic Park movies have gone.
I mean, I enjoy watching them all just because, whatever, they're big and loud and there's dinosaurs. To me, Jurassic Park, the original, is here, and all the rest of them are here, and you just close your eyes and pick whichever one. I wasn't blown away by it. I didn't hate it. It was okay to watch. I don't think any of them come close to the original Jurassic Park. And then Comic-Con is just finishing up. So a couple of things, of course, the big ones that came out of that. I'll hit you with them real quick. The Aquaman trailer.
I liked it.
I agree. I liked it. The Godzilla
Surprise.
trailer.
You
disagree on that one?
I didn't think it looked all that good.
I absolutely loved it. I loved all the references to some of the old creatures that the old school Godzilla fought. And I think it's going to build up. Of course, I think if I remember right reading, it's going to eventually build up to Godzilla versus King Kong.
So
and
that's
that I'm going to be pretty excited about. The Shazam trailer.
I think DC is making a risky move.
I don't know. I absolutely loved it. I think it's kind of right on track.
The very first superhero movies, you've always said, why don't they just make a movie that's 100% to the comic?
Right.
And you said people will love it.
Right.
So this looks like it's going to be the first movie that's actually doing that.
Pretty close. I think I'm excited about it.
So I think they're just gambling.
Yeah, we'll see.
See if people will actually like 100% comic book.
And then the newest Fantastic Beasts trailer.
That looks good.
I'm
bringing back some Harry Potter characters.
Right, some references to Harry Potter and
Nicholas Flamel.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. So which, for the upcoming, sci-fi, adventure, superhero, which one are you looking the most forward to?
Fantastic Beasts. I'm a
and
Harry
when is
Potter
that?
fan.
I don't even know when that one. That'd be later
November.
this year, right? Yeah.
November.
So, all right. So, any of your thoughts and all that, feel free to give us some comment. All right. So, here's a few closing announcements as we finish our first episode. For those of you that watched this episode, make sure you comment that you watched it. If you do, you will be entered into a drawing for a Dunkin' Donuts gift card. We'll wait 5 days to announce the winner to give people plenty of time to see it or to go back and be able to watch it. And so then we'll announce the winner. We'll draw the winner live on our Facebook page. And so we'll just randomly select it 5 days after this episode airs. And so please make sure you watch it and comment that you watched it. Or you don't have to necessarily say that you watched it, but if you're commenting some sort of feedback, then we'll obviously know that you watched it. And then next. Our next episode will continue our discussion on parental rules, but we'll deal more with the aspect of cell phones and social media. So be thinking of that and some questions you might have for that. Next, all of the music that you hear on our podcast was written and performed by Colin Ramsey. And very soon on our Facebook page, I'll probably be able to announce we're setting up a website, the royalty-free music website that is out there that he's putting some songs on. So if you need some for stock videos and things like that, he's done some, and I'm pretty impressed with him personally. He's pretty talented when it comes to that. So the music, though, for this podcast, every bit of music that you hear on this podcast was written and performed by Colin. And then number 4, make sure you like and share our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would greatly appreciate it. And please comment, get involved in the discussions, give us feedback, give us suggestions for future topics. Any of that you want to do, we would definitely appreciate it. I think that's all I have. You have any closing things, Gavin?
Nope.
We definitely appreciate you watching, and please like and share our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment, and that way you can be registered for our drawing for the Dunkin' Donuts gift card. We will see you on the next episode of the Junior Senior Podcast. See you later.
Bye.